Hi everyone, it's Intang Mayumi. I have another slide on over card for you today. I made this card for my father-in-law. He had his birthday this month and he loved it. He loves riding on his ATV with his friends on the weekends, so I thought I'd make him an ATV card. And the stamp set that I have is perfect for this card. This stamp set is from Raisin Boat and it's called the Modern Mobility. I stamped the image with VersaFine Onyx Black ink and stamp it twice just in case I messed up my coloring. And I'm going to emboss it with clear embossing powder. And just melt all the powder using my heat tool. I use my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers to color the image and then I will just fussy cut it. I will leave some music here while I'm coloring and I will be back when the coloring and fussy cutting is done. After I colored and fussy cut the image, I took my Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide and add some color to the white edges of the image and I think it looks better than the white border. For my background, I'm going to use Vintage Photo Distress Oxide and Tumble Glass Distress ink. I'm going to do some ink blending. I want to have a clear sky on the upper part of the panel. That's why I used the Tumble Glass Distress ink. And I also use Vintage Photo on the lower part of the panel to look like a dirt road. I added some tire marks on the road using Industrial 2.0 stamps, and that's the name of the company, I guess. And I don't know the name of the stamp set, but I got it from my Rusty Crown online store. Pull out my Stamp Perfect to use for stamping, and I use VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp two of the tire marks images. And stamp another one on that side of the panel. This die set is from Lawn Fawn and it's called the Slide On Over die. Before I die cut the Slide On Over die on the panel, I'm going to die cut my panel using Gina Marie Design Stitch Rectangle die set first. Here I'm figuring out the placement of my Slide On Over die to be and secure the die with washi tape so it won't move when I run it through my die cutting machine. I use foam tape on the back of the panel. I double up the foam tape so my penny can move freely. After I added all the foam tape, I removed the adhesive backing and then I'm going to adhere this panel onto my card base. And my card base is black 110-pound black cardstock that I got from Joann's, I think. I will also adhere this piece inside the slide-on over hole to look seamless. And now it's time to add my penny. I placed the penny in the middle and added small strips of foam tape, and I used my powder tool to remove a little bit of stickiness on the sides of the foam tape so the penny will slide smoothly. And I think it's working. I used the sentiment from the set and it says the only way to live is in motion, and I also added the sentiment born to ride. I used my scraps of blue shimmery cardstock and stamped the sentiment with Versamark ink, and I will emboss them using Ranger silver embossing powder. I used my Fiskars tweezer to hold the paper because those paper are tiny. Those are just my scraps. And I'm using coffee filter to catch the excess powder. Um, and then I'll just funnel that back in the container when I'm done. And then just melt the silver embossing with my heat tool. I trim the sentiment using my Fiskars trimmer because I want them to be straight as possible. And then I will just add the sentiments on the card using glossy accents. I also die cut numbers from blue shimmery cardstock, and the number dies is from Momenta, and that's how old my father-in-law is. I die cut another panel that will go in the inside of the card and did ink blending, just like the front of the card. I used tumbled glass distress ink on the upper part of the panel and vintage photo distress oxide ink on the lower part of the panel. For the sentiment in the inside of the card, I used this stamp set from Tim Holtz and it's called Things/Talk stamp set. I will place happy on the top and birthday on the bottom and just adhere the number 66 in the middle. And I'm using the Stamp Perfect again just in case I need to restamp my sentiment. And I use VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp the sentiment. And I will adhere the numbers using glossy accents. I added TH on the right side of the numbers. I used TH from the sentiment thinking of you and masked off the rest of the letters with washi tape. And adhere this panel in the inside of the card. I also added one tire marks in the inside of the card using VersaFine Onyx Black ink. And my card is finished. As always, thank you so much for always watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope you liked today's card, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.